Spring has sprung in this COVID year of 2021, and here in the southwest of Ireland, it's time to start planting potatoes. Here I peg out a line along my garden to keep me on the straight and narrow. I'm hoping to show you here in a few short videos how to simply and efficiently cultivate your garden on your own with a spade. If you follow my method, I can almost guarantee you that you'll have a bumper crop of potatoes, all grown in a very, very natural and sustainable way. I'm starting off by digging a sod and hinging it over to create the shoulder of the ridge. And in a very short while, you'll have flown down the garden and in the process had some very healthy exercise in the open air. When that's kind of piled up nicely, it'll drain out and get nice and dry. And it'll be a fantastic medium for growing spuds. Now I'll dig that separately and throw it in on top, and the same on the outside there. Here I'm digging out a sod on the opposite side of the ridge, creating the parallel shoulder. Sean Harrington of Coombe was the first one who showed me how to make a ridge this way. But with apologies to Sean, I am doing this my own way. I've been an organic gardener for over 30 years, and my own way is well proven. But to let you in on a secret, I have to admit that I simply don't have the same skills as Sean. But with deep respect for the old ways, I put up a video some time ago that featured another neighbour, Michael Murt O'Sullivan. Michael still uses the old locally forged fish-tailed spade, and he wields it like a surgeon does a scalpel. But for the moment, I am sticking to my old bittle of a spade. It suits me. It goes deep and broad. That's a good day's work now. We'll leave it at that. Another lovely day. I think it's the 1st of March. This is my foreshore. This is the source of my the seaweed that I use in the gardens. I've driven my electric van, the Kangoo, out from town, and I have all sorts of material in it for addition to my lazy bed. Or perhaps it should be called now a magic heap, because it's going to have all the ingredients of a fairly lively compost heap. Into the garden, Maud. Always nice to stop and reflect on the previous day's work. So I'm going to combine what I brought in the van with many bags of donkey manure, the cleanings out of the stables of my very good friend Laura from her donkey sanctuary. Now I'm spreading this out in a particular, there's a method there, and I obviously, the more mixed it all is, the better it is for the end result. Most of this stuff is already well broken down. It's been lying around in the bags for 6 months or so. Midges in February. No, I'm just bringing on another ingredient here as well. I really want to show you this. This is ash from my wood-burning stove. I hold on to it all through the winter, and here I am spreading it on top of it. Now, this is wood ash. It's actually almost pure potash. It's the oldest one in the book for growing potatoes. Potatoes love potash. And now with everything emptied onto the heap, as I said, in a fairly systematic way, I just go along with a light fork I think they call it a 4-prong pike here. But for me anyway, it's a fork, very light fork, and it's ideal for this kind of light breaking down. Now I'm stepping on my lazy bed there. That's a capital offence. The whole idea is that you work from the furrow, and you don't trample on top of your work. And here I'm taking out another sod. Again, it's a little bit not traditional how I'm doing this, but it works because the ground is kind of semi-broken up already, and it makes a nice deep trench and forms a great shoulder on the fairly large and fairly high lazy bed or ridge. So I took out an extra sod on the left-hand side as you look up the hill, and now I'm working on another sod, taking out another width of the spade, if you like, on the other side. First things first, and the very first are going to be these Sharps Express. Lovely looking seed potato, perfect size, little sprout on them. I think these are Cowspinks. Now, they wouldn't be a first eile. Oh no, that might have been Satanta. Did I see red at the end of the... God, my eyesight. And there's also... Although there's the Cowspinks. Now, they'll be put back, and to be planted later. I think these are the organic Colleen, which is a variety I haven't tried before. A deep thrust with the spade and place your tuber halfway down. I've got the first and second eiles in already, and now I'm very tempted to plant these roosters, the main crop, and it's probably very early for them, but they're very special. They're organic, they're off the shelves in the supermarket. I cut the growing tops off them and ate the rest. And out with the potash again, and this time I'm spreading it, yes, it has a fertilizer effect, but above all it goes into the depressions on the ridge where I planted the potatoes, and this deters the wildlife from digging them out. And here I spread the last of my spent compost from my greenhouse on top. I'm not quite sure exactly what effect it has, but I'm sure it'll be a good one. It's not, after all, an exact science. And now for my next and last trick. I spread that compost and the ash and crumble the soil generally, creating a bit of a tilt. The ground is quite dry at the moment. This would be much harder to do if it had been raining. Another good day. It's a really nice feeling to have your potatoes planted, your early ones. So now I'm going to head for home. If the day was warm and I was a bit braver, I'd be going in for a swim or a paddle on my SUP board. But maybe tomorrow. It's still only the beginning of March.